cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Hurricanes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Leaves it with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run, but what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. Talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Looking to throw on first down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season. You're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is...
There he goes! He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown cage. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, by no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. Big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. He plays so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition in college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got a man. It's Washington. Turning it on. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll go to the ground. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Slams ahead. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Slips through the line. He's got it out. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, take it. No, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards from the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. end zone. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. On target over the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. That kind of play is just vintage Hurricane receiver play.
I mean, big-time playmakers on the outside. The list is long for Miami, but finding those elite speedsters down in the state of Florida, it's not a hard job.
He's racked up 92 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the 1st game of the season. And the Hurricanes have pushed it inside the 20. Might be calling a hot route. From the red zone, looking for a man. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab on the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. Reads it, fires complete. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've relentlessly moved forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. He slides that just inside the right upright, and that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. He makes the catch. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. The give to the tailback. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the 1st quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the 1st. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. A really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. That Miami offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the Canes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. With the catch, it's Williamson. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
And the Canes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll run the toss. There he goes. Past the 50, 30,
can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Whitaker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Power football with the run.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Whitaker. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Longhorns are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He wants to throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got it on the run. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. He'll throw on 3rd down. Here's a heat. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
Really good job by this defense. 3rd down, understanding, taking away the pass first. But I got to react, man. When these QBs take off, I I got to stick my foot in the ground, stop playing pass, come up and get him on the ground. Big third down stop.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. They'll go to the air. Snags it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. They'll run it. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quick strike complete. And he will score! Touchdown, Texas! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Give to the single back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. They're setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They'll go to the toss. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Fowler. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
The Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Fires to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your bet.
Turning it on! And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The running back has it. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Fires into the end zone. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference. So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. And the Hurricanes will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Miami.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to find the end zone. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Here we go. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Miami.
And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day, this one from 23. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They'll run play action. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a second down play. Quarterback making adjustments. Going to sling it on second down. Got him downfield. Bounced off his feet. And the Canes racing to the line in a hurry-up. Shotgun snap on third down. Unloads to the wideout. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. Nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Here comes the Texas offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. Just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down.
There he goes. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Right on the money. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's got it on the move. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for him for that. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Canes have it with a first and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
The Canes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
The give out of the gun. Just ran over it. Snowed under by the defense.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
The Hurricanes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Motion from the wideout. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the number one thing. Avoid disaster here.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. ULM was able to walk off the field there in Monroe with the win, but not necessarily without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a little off. Incomplete. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Bringing it back. The 10. Touchdown, Miami. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And what a great job by the linebacker that time. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, sitting in zone coverage. QB stared his target down. Not only does he pick it off, but he shows you the athleticism, taking it back all the way for a touchdown.
And the extra point extends the lead to 16. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They're in a precarious they can do something to save themselves here.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Got him and nobody's close. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Longhorns are flying down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. Slips one guy, now he's loose. Touchdown, Texas! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. He's got it. Two-pointer is good, and now it's a one-score game here deep in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And here he comes out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mind...
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Touchdown, Longhorns! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And what a job in coverage by the defense. First, the defender able to get his hand on the ball and tip that up into the air. It lands right into his buddy's hands. He has the convoy, and it is off to the races.
They got the touchdown, but still a two-point conversion short of tying it up late. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes the grab for the 2, and he ties the game here in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're probably a little rattled after that last pick six, and who could blame them? But now deep breath, settle in, get a drive started in a tie game. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pulls it in. It's Williamson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Touchdown, Texas. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
It's the one thing the head coach challenges his team with, guys. Late in games in the 4th quarter, tie ball game. Who's going to step up and make a play? That guy did right there. Picking it off, taking it to the house.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He's got great speed. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, going to the air. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Listen, it's go time. We're trailing. It's the 4th quarter. We got to get a little bit more aggressive. I like the call. I like going for it, and especially because we made the completion and got the 1st down.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Just keep slinging it. Under fire. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, looking to pass. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the 4th quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that 4th down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and a turnover on downs.
That is just the kind of run you want trying to close out a game.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Release to the back. It's complete to the right. Oh, look out. The ball's free. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal. And the Longhorns are in the red zone. Might as well give it to him again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's the handoff. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
It's really important at this point of the game late that they at least get a field goal here to make this a 2-possession game. So they're staying conservative. They're running the football, keeping it on the ground to execute that idea.
They'll try to run for it. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He might want another play. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incomplete.
And they drop him for a loss, but there are penalty markers on the field. Let's check out the call. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williamson. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And the Hurricanes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pocket breaking down. Catch in the middle, it's Terrell. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw again. Oh, they're after it. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Wants to go up top. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Snags it down the right side. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. He wants to change this route. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Got his man. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14. He was looking to get the ball farther downfield, but he just had to take what he could before he got drilled.
Sometimes you can look down the field, Reese, but you see that pressure, and it's getting to you. Get rid of the football. You don't want to take the sack. You don't want to lose the yardage, and try to let your running back or somebody else make a play out of the backfield.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Back to pass on 2nd down. Wideout trying to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The play action fake. Under fire. And the sack all the way back at the 5. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And that is interception number 3 on the day. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about...